వెల్కమ్ టు స్టోరీ టెల్లింగ్. మీరు ఇప్పుడు వేర్వేరు దేశాల నుండి వచ్చిన కథల ప్రపంచంలోకి ప్రవేశించారు. ఈరోజు మేము వేల్స్ నుండి వచ్చిన ఒక అద్భుతమైన కథను పంచుకోబోతున్నాము. ఇది 2 పిల్లుల గురించి, వారు మానవులుగా మారి ప్రయాణికులను దోచుకునే గురించి ఒక ఆసక్తికరమైన కథ. ప్రారంభిద్దాం.
The story of the cat witches. In the olden days, it was believed that the 7th son in a family of sons was a magician by nature. He could do wonders like the fairies and was better than the doctors in curing diseases. If he was the 7th son of a 7th son, he would be considered a wonder of wonders. It was said that he could even cure a disease like shingles, which was very troublesome. It was also called by a Latin name, which meant a snake, because as it got worse, it coiled itself around the body. An eagle could attack, conquer and kill a serpent. In order to secure such a power, Hugh the magician ate the flesh of eagles. When he wanted to cure the serpent disease, he chanted some magical words, which acted like a talisman and cured the disease. He would wet the red rash which had occurred over the sick man's body and chant the words, "He-eagle, she-eagle, I send you over 9 seas and 9 mountains, where no dogs shall bark and no eagle shall rise higher." Soon after that, the patient would feel better. Usually there was a rivalry between these magicians and those who made money from the pilgrims who visited the holy shrines, but Hugh was in good terms with the monks and they often had dinner together. Hugh travelled all over the country and always narrated stories to the monks. One night as he was eating supper at an inn, 4 men entered the inn and sat down at the table beside him. Due to his magical powers, he knew that they were burglars and planned to kill and loot him that night. In order to divert their attention, Hugh created something similar to a horn to grow out of the table. Then he put a spell on the burglars, such that they kept on gazing at the strange thing all night, while he slept soundly in his bed. The next morning, when he woke, he paid his bill and went away, while the burglars continued gazing at the horn. When the police officers arrived to arrest and take them to prison, they came to their senses. In that town there was a hotel named the Inn of 3 Kegs. There was a signboard which was hung in front of the inn, which showed a bunch of grapes set below 3 small barrels. This inn was managed by 2 respectable ladies who were sisters. In that hotel, several travellers had been burgled while they were asleep. They did not know whom to blame or how the mischief was done. They were sure that they had locked their doors with keys during the night. They were confident that no one had entered their room. There was no evidence of men's boots or of anyone's footsteps in the garden. Nothing was visible on the lock or door to show that either had been tampered with. Everything was in place, just as it was when they went to bed. Some people did not believe their stories, but when they approached Hugh the magician, he believed them and volunteered to solve the mystery. His motto was, "Go anywhere and everywhere, but catch the thief." Hugh agreed to spend a night at the inn. He was highly impressed by the welcome and manners of his fine hostess. During supper they all chatted merrily. Hugh was always interested in narrating stories and news, spoke about the various kinds of people he had met. He also spoke in detail about the countries he had visited, in his imagination, as if he had actually seen them all, though in reality he had never set foot outside Wales. Before he retired to bed, he said to the ladies, "It is my habit to keep a light burning in my room all night. I will not ask you for candles, as I have enough to last me until dawn." And then he bade them good night. He entered his room and locked the door. He undressed himself, but laid his clothes near him. He drew his sword out of its sheath and placed it upon the bed beside him, where he could quickly grasp it. Within a few minutes he snored, pretending to be asleep. Soon, with half-closed eyes, he saw 2 cats come stealthily down the chimney. They frolicked about the room, jumped and romped in the liveliest manner. Then they chased each other around the bed, as if they were trying to confirm that Hugh was asleep. Meanwhile, Hugh was motionless in his bed. Then the two cats came over to his clothes, and one of them put her paw into the pocket that contained his purse. With one sweep of his sword, he struck at the cat's paw. It howled with pain, and both the cats ran towards the chimney and disappeared. Later, everything was quiet until breakfast the next morning. Only one of the sisters was seen at the table during breakfast. Hugh politely inquired about the other one. He was informed that she was not well. After breakfast, Hugh insisted that he wanted to bid goodbye to both sisters, whose company he had enjoyed the previous night. The other lady tried to give many excuses, but he was persistent, and finally he was taken to the sick lady's room. After polite greetings, Hugh offered his hand to say goodbye. The sick lady smiled and extended her left hand. "Oh, no," said Hugh with a smile. "Never in my life have I taken anyone's left hand." Reluctantly and in pain, the sick lady put forward her right hand, which was bandaged. The mystery was solved. The two sisters were cats who had changed their forms with the help of bad fairies, and they were the real robbers. Hugh caught hold of the other sister's hand and made a little cut in it, from which a few drops of blood fell on the ground, and the spell was broken. "From now onwards," said Hugh, "you will both be harmless, and I hope you will be honest women." From that day onwards, they kept the inn clean and tidy, and at modest prices, for which Wales was noted. Neither as cats nor as landladies did they ever rob the travellers again.
ఈ కథ మనకు నేర్పుతుంది ప్రతి ఒక్కరూ తమ సామర్థ్యాలను ఉపయోగించి సమాజానికి సేవ చేయాలని. స్టోరీ వేవ్స్ యాప్ను డౌన్లోడ్ చేయండి మరియు ప్రపంచం నలుమూలల నుండి మరిన్ని కథలను అన్వేషించండి. స్టోరీవేవ్స్ సభ్యత్వం నెలకు $1 కంటే తక్కువ. మీ కుటుంబానికి నాణ్యమైన కథలను తీసుకురావడానికి అత్యంత సరసమైన మార్గాలలో ఒకటి. కొత్త కథలు స్టోరీవేవ్స్ యాప్లో మాత్రమే అందుబాటులో ఉంటాయి మరియు మనకు ఉన్న అత్యంత ఆకర్షణీయమైన కంటెంట్ యాప్లో మాత్రమే అందుబాటులో ఉంటుంది. యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్ను సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి మరియు ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్, టిక్టాక్ మరియు స్పాటిఫైలో స్టోరీవేవ్స్ను ఫాలో అవ్వండి. రాబోయే కంటెంట్ గురించి అప్డేట్లను పొందండి. మీరు మా కథను చూడడానికి తీసుకున్న సమయానికి మా హృదయపూర్వక కృతజ్ఞతలు.